Shannon Sharpe has always been known for his larger-than-life personality. Whether it's on the football field, behind a microphone, or lighting up social media with viral moments, he's been a force. But now, his name is caught up in a situation that no one saw coming. A $50 million lawsuit has been filed against him by a woman alleging serious incidents, and it's Tony Buzbee, the high-profile attorney known for major legal battles, who's leading the charge. For someone like Shannon, who's been riding a wave of career highs, this lawsuit is a major curveball. He's fresh off building one of the hottest platforms in sports commentary with Club Shay, which has skyrocketed thanks to legendary interviews and a style that keeps people glued to the screen. He's also part of ESPN's growing roster and just recently launched another show, Nightcap, with Chad Ochocinco. Everything seemed to be falling into place. But just as those deals were solidifying, this lawsuit hit the news, and it hit hard. The number alone, $50 million, has people turning their heads. That's not a small claim. That's the kind of number that sends shockwaves through the entertainment and sports world. And with Tony Buzbee's name attached, this isn't something that'll go quietly. Buzbee isn't known for filing suits unless he's ready for a war. He's been behind high-stakes legal battles that grab national attention, and now Shannon Sharpe is his new target. People are already picking sides. Social media is flooded with speculation. Some are questioning the timing. Why now, when Shannon's stock is at its highest? Why now, when he's finally getting his flowers for being one of the most dynamic sports voices in the game? Others are saying this could be a serious turning point in his career, a test of how much he can weather, how much he can carry, and how strong his foundation really is. The details of the case are still unfolding, but the impact is already being felt. There's a different energy in the way people talk about him now. Where there was once only admiration and applause, now there's tension, doubt, confusion. And that's how quickly things can shift in this world. 1 minute you're winning, the next you're being scrutinized under a microscope. What makes this situation even more complex is that Shannon Sharpe hasn't just been building a media career, he's been building a brand. Club Shay isn't just a podcast. It's a movement. It's a space where athletes, entertainers, and cultural icons come to have real conversations. His interview with Cat Williams broke the internet. Every clip, every reaction, every facial expression went viral. He was doing what no other sports personality had done in a long time, making sports culture feel fresh again. So now, with this lawsuit looming over his head, everything he's built is hanging in a delicate balance. Networks are watching. Sponsors are watching. Fans are watching. And everyone's wondering, will this bring it all crashing down? Or will Shannon do what he's always done and come out swinging? This isn't the first time a high-profile figure has faced a lawsuit in the middle of a career rise. But for Shannon, it hits different. He's never been one to shy away from speaking his truth. He's been open about his struggles, transparent about his journey, and always carried himself with pride. That's why the allegations feel like such a blow, not just to his image, but to the people who followed him for years and believed in what he represents. Behind the scenes, you can bet his legal team is gearing up. A lawsuit of this magnitude doesn't just disappear. It takes strategy, it takes strength, and it takes someone who's willing to fight for their name. Shannon Sharpe has spent his whole life fighting for respect, for recognition, for his voice to be heard. Now he's being called to fight again, but this time it's not for a touchdown or a broadcast rating. It's for his legacy. There's also the business side of things to consider. With Club Shay in negotiations for a major network deal, this lawsuit couldn't have come at a worse time. Networks are sensitive to public image. Deals can be paused, conversations can shift, and opportunities can dry up in an instant. The question now is whether his momentum can survive the storm or if this becomes a permanent stain on everything he's worked for. And then there's Nightcap. The chemistry between Shannon and Chad Ochocinco has been electric. It's fun, raw, real. Everything fans love about unscripted content. They've built a vibe that feels like sitting in a bar with two friends who just happen to know everything about football and culture. But when a co-host is under legal fire, even that dynamic gets tested. Will audiences be able to separate the personality from the lawsuit? Will the show be able to continue at full speed while legal drama plays out in the background? Public perception is everything right now. One wrong move, one wrong statement, and the court of public opinion can turn brutal. That's why the next steps matter so much. How Shannon Sharpe addresses this, publicly or privately, will define the next chapter of his journey. Silence can be seen as guilt. Speaking too soon can be seen as recklessness. It's a tightrope walk, and there's no safety net. Some fans are already rallying behind him, arguing that people are too quick to cancel, too quick to assume guilt without facts. Others are waiting for more information before forming an opinion. The middle ground feels smaller by the hour. In today's climate, the pressure is relentless. One headline can end a career. One accusation can erase years of hard work. And yet, if anyone has the strength to face this storm head-on, it's Shannon Sharpe. He's not just a former athlete. He's a survivor. He's someone who went from growing up in poverty to standing on the biggest stages in sports media. He knows what it feels like to be doubted, to be disrespected, to be overlooked. That's what made his rise so powerful. He wasn't supposed to win, and he did. Again and again. Now he's being tested in a different way. Not by competition, but by controversy. Not by physical opponents, but by legal ones. And the truth is, nobody knows how the story ends. The legal system is unpredictable. Reputations can change overnight. But one thing's for sure, this moment will define who Shannon Sharpe becomes in the next phase of his life. Not just as a media figure, not just as a brand, but as a man. Whether he clears his name or not,